On 11 Alive, family and friends of a Metro Atlanta man killed by an off-duty Atlanta police officer in Buckhead are demanding justice. 44-year-old Linton Blackwell was shot in a parking lot behind a bar on October 11th. Tonight, an autopsy report reveals Blackwell was shot 17 times and nearly every single bullet hit him in the back. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following the story since the night it happened, and just hours ago, he filed this report after speaking with Blackwell's manager, who says he just wants justice for his best friend.
It's like they're being overlooked and locked out. It's like what they say didn't matter.
We all try our best as we get older, not to look at every new moment through the pain we already lived through. We try not to drag that old damage into every room, every relationship, every situation we walk into. And for a lot of people who grew up in the inner city, that includes the way we look at the police, not because every single officer is bad, but because too many move with the same cold energy we've been seeing our whole lives. Yeah, their lives are on the line too, but that's the job they signed up for, and that don't erase the tactics we've watched in our neighborhoods for decades. And what hits even harder is when the person doing the wrong looks just like you, because right is right and wrong is wrong, no matter who it is. Today we're talking about an Atlanta rapper and his family who went through not one, but two officer-involved shootings that left two of their loved ones gone, all within 6 years. That's wild because most families never face something like that even once, and they had to live through it twice.
For sure. Record label.
You had a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And
we did 3 deals.
You had three deals, but you had a solo artist deal first, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Correct me.
Yeah.
And Boo.
Yeah, Boo did it.
Boo did the deal.
Boo over at Def Jam, yep.
He was at Def Jam.
Yep.
He signed you. And
when it comes to the first case, we'll mention that officer who got indicted later on, only to walk free after the charges were dropped. But the second case, the one we're breaking down right now, just had new details dropped in the last 24 hours, and what came out made the whole community freeze in disbelief. People are saying this man was hit 17 times, all in his back. 17. Anyone who knows firearms like Ruger's knows that's basically the whole clip getting emptied. Hearing a number like 17 again makes it impossible not to question everything. So today, we're going through this story step by step, laying out the confirmed facts, shining light on both the victim and the system behind the shooter. Because at some point, we all gotta ask ourselves, was shooting a man 17 times in the back ever justified? Or is this another moment where a badge is used to defend something that was never defensible in the first place? Before we get into the breakdown, just remember this. I'm not giving you a forced angle or trying to twist your mind. Before we dive in, I gotta give you the setup so everything hits right. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we're jumping straight into the heat of it. Today we're heading to a place heavily represented by artists like Future, Gucci Mane, Young Nudy, 21 Savage, the late Young Scooter, and plenty more. Zone 6, Atlanta, Georgia. This is where the culture, the struggle, and the music all mix together like one non-stop anthem. Long before the diamonds, the plaques, and the world tours, some of the neighborhoods inside Zone 6 carried a name the news created and the streets repeated with weight. People called it Little Vietnam.
is that how duct tape was created then, or was that all?
Hell no. Duct tape was created 2004, 2005. Me and my partner Veli Sosa, we started a label. Just, because everybody else had labels. Gucci and them had So Icy and Jeezy and them had, you know what I'm saying? So we like, shit, this the new way.
And right in the middle of that heavy nickname sits one of Atlanta's most infamous zones, home to neighborhoods like East Lake Meadows. That's the same area where an Atlanta native, known by many as an OG, grew up and made his name. His real name was Lit Blackwell, but in the music world he went by B Green. He had his time in the rap game too, dropping tracks almost a decade ago, including songs featuring Bankroll Fresh, May He Rest in Peace, and Trouble. He even had a track titled You Ain't Street that pulled in over 13 million views and is still climbing.
Yeah.
Started a record label, so we started a record label. Me and Sosa just fuck around. Neither one of us never rapped before. We were just trying. And then shouts out to Allie. Allie come home. Allie boy come home. He was always a rapper since a kid. So that's when we started taking it serious. I got 2 partners. I got a partner from the 4-way named S. Dot and Westside Ricky, and we just, you know what I'm saying. Allie ended up being like a extraordinary artist. You know what I'm saying.
Nah, for sure.
Then Trouble come home. And they both was popping, you know what I'm saying? But then they both get locked up the same day.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I drop a song, that shit end up being a hit song.
So
Try it out.
Try it out.
Try it
Yeah.
out. Try it out.
Yeah,
Try
it
it
end up
out.
being a
girl.
hit song.
So the first song you ever did, or that you dropped, was Try It Out?
Yes.
Wow.
B Green was also affiliated with DTE. Now DTE, allegedly standing for Duct Tape Entertainment, ain't just some random rap label. It's a movement with deep street roots in Atlanta, built long before social media turned every situation into a rumor. The label is tied to Big Bank Black, one of the founders, and a voice made even more known through the Big Facts podcast, a man who pushed through everything thrown at him. This is the world B Green came from, and it sets the tone for everything that happened next. Ali Boy, another artist in the circle, built this heavy enforcer reputation with a loud, fearless personality that made people pay attention. Then you had Trouble, a real legend out of Edgewood, someone who earned respect from every direction without even trying. This wasn't some major label machine. This was a group of brothers trying to build something through music, not the other way around. Their whole brand stood on loyalty, being authentic, staying solid, and never letting anyone walk over them. DTE's reputation came from the people around it, from real neighborhood alliances and real Atlanta conflicts. Nothing internet made, nothing for show. They earned the name Duct Tape because the idea was simple. We stick together, we shut down the drama, and trust, that's the PG-13 version of what they used to say.
The nightlife. Favorite strip club in the city?
My favorite strip club, let me see.
There's a bunch of them.
It's so many of them. I might go to 3 or 4 of them in one night.
But what's your personal favorite?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I like the hood strip club. Shouts out the club Blade, man. That's my favorite club.
Why Blade? Just curious.
Shit, it's the hood. It like it hood and it's close to our side, like the woo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stepping on no other strip club. You know what I mean? Cause I be all on showing love. You know what I mean? And you know they fuck with me. That's home. Like that's home. Like out of all the strip club, they all on show me love. But you know what I mean? Blaze is home. I don't got kicked out of Blade 2-3 times. You know what I'm saying? But they can't deny me. So shouts out the club Blade.
Now that we covered who we're dealing with, where he came from, and the crew he was allegedly tied to, let's shift the spotlight back to his own story. B Green was the type of man who loved going out, venues, clubs, lounges. He enjoyed being outside in the Atlanta scene. He even joked once about getting kicked out of a local strip club multiple times, but still coming back because he loved the place too much to stay away. Him getting tossed out and still returning tells you something. He knew how to handle himself, keep his cool, and head home without turning every situation into chaos. The fact that they kept letting him back inside shows he wasn't holding grudges and he wasn't causing big problems. That part matters for what we're about to break down. So now we know B Green moved around the nightlife heavy, and October 12th, 2025 was no different. Around 11:30 p.m., he pulled up to a spot called 5 Paces Inn, a local bar on Irby Avenue in northwest Atlanta. Working a nearby off-duty security shift that night was Officer Gerald Walker, who responded after bar staff called for help with what they described as a disruptive patron. Investigators said the individual was identified as B Green, 44 years old, who attempted to re-enter the bar from the back parking lot on Canes Hill Place. According to investigators, they're alleging that B Green walked to a vehicle, grabbed an item, and put it in his waistband before Officer Walker shouted commands about a gun and opened fire. The way this moment unfolded is what sent shockwaves through the whole community. But here's where everything gets messy, because investigators said they found a firearm at the scene, but they didn't confirm whether it even belonged to B Green. That item could have been anything, even a phone. And the biggest question people keep asking is simple. How was he a threat if every shot hit him in the back? At first, talk around the situation claimed he was shot 14 times, but nobody explained why or how. Then 3 weeks passed, middle of November 2025, and suddenly the story shifted. They said the officer emptied the whole clip on B. Green, 17 shots, all in his back. May he rest in peace, and love and condolences go out to his family during something no one deserves to live through.
Pointing a gun at you or doing anything, what does that have to do with you shooting him in the back 17 times? That means he wasn't facing you, he wasn't a threat.
When it comes to this family believing justice is coming, their hope is running thin, and you can't blame them. Because B. Green wasn't the first tragedy they faced connected to law enforcement. His cousin, Jimmy Hill, went through it too when he lost his own son, Jimmy Atkinson, during an encounter with an officer identified as Son Kim, now retired, back on January 22, 2019. Jimmy wasn't armed, and even though the officer was indicted, a federal judge dismissed the case. On top of that, it took 4 whole years before the DA even decided to bring a murder charge forward. So when people talk about this family's pain, it's deeper than one moment. It's years stacked on years. And when you look at everything we just broke down, the names, the neighborhood history, the first shooting, the repeated patterns, and the trauma this family already survived, you start to understand why this situation hit Atlanta and the whole country so hard.
Hill hopes District Attorney Fonnie Willis will appeal this new ruling so his son's case can stay alive.
You know, wrong is wrong no matter who says it. And it is wrong anymore to seek to escape the consequences of one act.
Kim retired from APD in 2019, but I did speak with his attorney, Don Samuel, over email.
2 relatives, 6 years apart, both losing their lives during encounters with people who were supposed to protect the community. Nobody should ever have to hold that in their heart. And now with the new details saying this man was hit 17 times in the back, the community isn't out here calling for revenge. They're asking for truth, transparency, and real accountability in a system where accountability only shows up when the public forces the door open. People want answers because situations like this don't just disappear, they create scars across whole neighborhoods. So now I want you to jump in the comments and tell me how you see it. Was this shooting justified, or was this another life taken under the cover of a badge? Let me know what you think, because conversations like this matter way more than people realize, and they shape how we move forward as a community.